for you and check on the streams, making sure everything is
Okay.
cool.
Beautiful.
Let's just it's been about a year since we've talked. How have you been, Wolverine, during all of this? Has the healing factor kicked in? Are you doing okay, Cal?
With this, what do you mean with the COVID stuff and just
Oh
everything,
yeah.
or just
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Well, since there's been nothing, as of course, with everyone in the world, but since March, it's just to shut down everything, and it's we're fine because as you know, but they don't need to know this. They won't get into the goose thing, but I have a goose that I take care of now because I'm so lonely that I'm singing to a goose that built a nest on my next door neighbor's.
Yeah, I saw that. So
But other than that, like, no, you can't, especially in our industry, uh, and you can't go in. Least of all, use a microphone.
Cal, you're cutting out a little bit right there. I'm not sure if it's your position or whatever, or perhaps it's Magneto getting in the way of you delivering the message of goose kindness. But would you mind just saying that last part just one more time? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, okay, there you are. Yeah, you just it cut off. I don't know. Not sure what happened, but
okay. You said something about Magneto.
I've learned in my few years of doing this that whenever there's technical difficulties, instead of pulling my hair out and crying publicly, I just try to fill in the void with as many with as much nonsense as possible. But
well, I can help you with that because there's nothing in technical difficulties, because that's all I lived my whole life as a technical difficulty. So I just love difficulties because it makes it really sound like it is live. This, in fact, is live because they could have gone back and corrected that, but no, it's funnier this way.
Exactly. One of my
I almost right there turned into Jack Nicholson because it's actually funnier this way. Okay, go ahead.
Whoa, that's a really good Jack Nicholson impression. Do you got any others? That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. I love Jack. I'm the Jack guy in Toronto for commercials. No, seriously, and actually in an episode of X-Men.
Okay.
The very first episode, when I couldn't believe it, most of the lines in the first episode of the X-Men, the Sentinels, the Night of the Sentinels, like the very first episode.
Yeah.
All Wolverine's best lines, like I'm going to say 80% of his best lines for the whole next 5 years were in that episode.
Really?
Like, honest to God, Brian, it was like, I could, as I'm watching it again, because it was, let's see, Disney Plus did a streaming thing, and everyone was like clicking on it, and we just, the voices of, whoever could do it jumped in and like talked to them. And I couldn't believe it. I watched it again at home here. It's like, because it's the first episode well, of course, it's the only first episode. So he says, I go where I want to go, is in that episode. He also, the episode, because they're looking for Jubilee. This is not everyone's favorite line, but it's great in a panel when they ask me my favorite lines, because they're looking for Jubilee, and Wolverine jumps down from a tree, and they said, and I say to them, they asked me, did you find her? He said, no, I lost the scent. Got bit by a dog too. Like, got by a dog too. Yeah, and what the heck were we talking about to get me out of that? Because a lot of the best lines were in that. But you said something that reminded me of one of Wolverine's best. Like, I go where I want to go. Oh yeah, and like, tell Cyclops I made him a convertible. That's in the first episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these are classic lines. Because that people and fans, when they come up to the table, they say them to me like I haven't heard them. But all my favorites when you said, "Tell Cyclops I made him a convertible." Yeah, I said it just like that too.
Well, considering you can do vocal gymnastics and all that stuff, a viewer of this show and a big fan of yours, Blair Farrell, is made a little joke saying, like, where does he get those wonderful toys? And I'm like thinking, that'd be pretty cool if Wolverine said a few classic Jack Nicholson lines, like, wait till they get a load of me. Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Yeah, yeah. No, actually, so now I remember what I was trying to, the point of that whole diatribe that I just did for the last 1 minute and a half was one of the episodes, the first episode. Wolverine goes into a bar and he's playing pool with these three round up tough looking guys.
Yeah.
Right. And he's playing pool, and they don't know who he is, and he's just taking a shot. And they're like really big guys, like, there's a cigar in their mouth, and like bikers. They look like, not that bikers all look like that, but anyway. And he's listening to the TV, and they're talking this the spirits of humanity. It's a TV show saying we've got to get rid of these mutants that he said he's about to take a shot. Wolverine, he says, "Why don't you shut that garbage off?" And these guys said, and so in the section, they said, "Does anyone do Jack Nicholson?" This is our first show. Norm Spencer is standing beside me. This is when we all did in the studio. We were all there at the same time. So Beast is there. I'm there. Jubilee, Gene. All of us are in there, like in a circle for our first episode, whatever. And they said, so see, if you do another voice in an episode, you get paid a half again of what they're going to pay you for doing your starring role. Okay. Yeah. Of course, everyone wants that extra bread. They don't pay big time money for episode in animation. So you get another half of what they're paying. You. So I was because I hadn't done voiceovers, and all these people had been doing voiceovers for years. I was a singer, and I'm Wolverine though. And so Norm Spencer puts up his hand, who played Cyclops, and says, "I can do that for you," which is the way he talked, like Captain America. "I can do that for you, Professor Xavier. Didn't you say that we're supposed to, like teacher's pet?" And that's the way he talked. And they said, "Okay, go ahead, Norm." And he did. Norm didn't know me from shit. I'm standing beside him in the studio. So he does his Jack Nicholson, his best Jack Nicholson, reading the line. And he finished, and I just couldn't take it. Just professionally, I just said, well, so I put my hand up, said, can I try that then? She said, "Okay, Cal, go ahead, read." From terms of endearment, was like,
oh, that's so funny, man.
I know, and I said, so I just said, "Aurora, looks like we're gonna have to get drunk." And she says, "Why to break the ice?" Is, "Oh no, to kill the bugs up your ass."
Oh God!
And the guys went crazy.
Oh no!
I can't. You can't use this on the show. Pardon?
Oh, I'm saying
Norm turned. Pardon?
Oh, I'm saying that. Yeah, I'm saying, unfortunately, the internet cut a little bit as you said that last line. Can you just say that one last line again, Cal, just to make sure the people could hear it?
Which one? Did Jack Nicholson line?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
so, and Jack turns to her and says, "Oh, no, to kill the bug that's up your ass." And Norm turned to me. We've never really met. Turned to me and said, "Oh, piss off." He used a more violent, an F word. "Oh, F off." But, in a nice way, like, "Oh, Jesus, that was great." So anyway, I got the line. I got the extra money. Norm didn't. And it's proper and rightly so, because Wolverine and Cyclops hated each other's guts anyway. So it was a perfect start to the 5 years together with the two of us.
5 years. That's really amazing when you think about it. That's quite a feat for an animated series. 5 years.
Yeah, it's normal though, Ryan. They told us that. They said, this will only go 5 years, no matter how popular it is. And I kept going, why? And why are you ending this after the 5 years? You're stopping this? Well, yeah. It's like there's a 5 year thing. That's all it can go. It's 5 years. Then they just, no matter how popular it is, we just take off.
That's too
okay. Bad. All righty then.
Well, that's really too bad. I mean, like, I know you. It's sometimes I don't know. I mean, that show had quite a history when it came to the production. Like, I know I did my research. Thanks to you, I met, through the internet, I met Julia and Eric Lewald, the showrunner and writer of X-Men, the animated series. I bought the book. It's not presently with me right now because our friend Gabe has it at the second. I just had to pass it to him because if you think I'm an X-Men fan, Gabe is a huge X-Men fan. So learning about just, my God, like how much of a battle it was behind the scenes for this show. I mean, it was not an easy show to put on. I mean, Chaim Saban, the producer, was always trying to undercut the budget. And I mean, on your end, did you ever notice any of this stuff, or did you guys just record your lines, go home? Or was there kind of like, tell me about the part. tell me, Cal, tell me about that part because we didn't discuss this last time. How many times did you guys have to come in and re-record the pilot to nail the tone? Because I know it wasn't instantaneous. Like it took a little bit of time to find the band's song.
Say what?
Oh,
are you hearing me?
Yes, I am hearing you, Cal. All right. How many times did you have to record that pilot?
The first episode?
Yeah, how many times did you have to record that first episode?
You mean once? There's no re-recording unless you screw up back the next week. When you came back to do episode 2, the night of the Sentinels Part 2, they would have what they call pickups. They'd have pickups, so that's lines. The notes about have Wolverine do this again because it was unclear as to who. Maybe be a little angrier there at some point or something. There were always those kind of notes. Yeah. Not a lot of them never got those, but and that's just part of that's you just of course say okay I didn't because we're brand new to it too and that was my first day of doing this guy whom I didn't know from Adam.
Yeah,
and I create his voice and I'm doing his voice and they're saying could he be a little angrier? Well, for sure, but didn't happen a lot with me because I pretty well nailed the character and I don't know, it felt so natural to me. But then of course I didn't know what they had in mind or anything. So they would the following week we would get a note or maybe even the next day if we were doing 2 episodes, 3 episodes in a row, which happened a lot. We would come back and say, okay, here's some notes from the last, we would replace the lines, but there was never ever like redoing the whole episode ever. Oh no. But you have to wait for other people to do their lines and stuff, and they did it all in post, and at one point we had to sit there through everyone redoing all their lines. But as it went on in years, I would just go in by myself, as everyone else did, do all Wolverine's lines through the whole script. Dan Casey, our director, would point to me, and I'd say, hey, "What's happening here? Why?" And he knew the whole thing because he had the guys from LA and the writers and everyone there with him in the studio. Oh, that's what. So they'd have to ask. I'd have to ask the question. So why is he doing this? Well, and they would tell me, and I'd say, oh, okay, sure. Well, if this is the way he's going to do it, then okay, get off the thing. I'm doing it now. So it worked. It was just wonderful.
It's haunting how well you could just jump into that voice. Another voice that people know you from is this little series, Cal, called Goosebumps, and I thought it was pretty cool. We didn't really touch a lot last time on how you are not just a Wolverine, but you're the voice of the OG Slappy before Jack Black would do his thing. You brought this dummy to life. Now it's kind of an old timey voice. How did you exactly come up with the pitch for Slappy?
That is so long ago, Ryan. Like Jack Black, Jack Schmack. Like, I couldn't understand why I didn't do that voice to begin with, like for the movie. Like, I don't understand. Who knows? So I don't know who asked me. First of all, this started, I'll go back to it. See, I get really hyper when I start talking about him because I was doing telethons simply, Ryan, for Wolverine, period. Yeah. Then when we went to one Comic-Con, I did a couple of Comic-Cons, that's all. I'm known for Wolverine. So I would go to wherever, Texas, whatever, and just have the pictures behind me of Wolverine and myself. And I'd have the Wolverine X-Men jacket on. And then someone at one Comic-Con that we went to, they did the pictures behind me and they went on their YouTube, whatever, and found out other stuff that I'd done, and they had a picture of Slappy up there. Well, I was totally unprepared for what happened. Kids and people of all kinds were coming up. You did the voice of Slappy? I'm going and look at the picture behind me going, yes. And I had the pictures of Slappy, that they wanted signed or anything. I had nothing. I couldn't believe it. And it went on from there, and it got even more UK. They went ballistic for Slappy. But I'll go back to where I started. So I was, I was a singer. So they asked me to do the theme song for Goosebumps, which is blink, blink, blink. It's a very eerie, it's a great theme song, by the way, that Jack Lenz wrote. And I worked with Jack for years, and he hired me to do it.
Wait, whoa.
Remember the intro to this show.
Oh, sorry, Cal. Sorry, Cal. The connection was just
Yeah,
getting
go ahead.
a little bad right there. Who wrote the song to Goosebumps again? Because that's super
Jack
interesting.
Lenz.
Jack Lenz.
Jack
Okay.
Jack Lenz, Lenz. Jack Lenz and his sons.
Okay.
Whatever, his company, but Jack Lenz company wrote stuff, and I'd worked with Jack for years on telethons.
Okay.
This time I'm correct. Anyway, and jingles and stuff. And anyway, he asked me to do this part in the intro, which is a very nice strings to make. It's a very eerie thing. Clink, 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 and then a dog, woof, woof. And that I think I did the dog too. But in the opening, there's this line.
Okay.
You will beware. You're in for a scare.
Are you fucking
Viewer
seeing
beware.
this internet? I had no idea that was you. None.
Oh, yeah.
None.
Yes. Yeah. So I did. Viewer beware. You're in for a scare. Well, they freak out at Comic Cons too. They go, what? Because I put it on my speaker, like a big speaker that plays really loud.
Okay.
And I do and I play the intro for them, and people were walking by stopping, and I had T-shirts of Slappy, and I'm going like, what? I have no pictures, nothing. Anyway, it's turned out it's Slappy. It's Wolverine and Slappy now for me.
Really? Okay, I had no idea. Like the ding 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 and the dog and the viewer. I had no idea your connection to Goosebumps was that. I thought you did like an episode or something like that. That's nuts. Hey, Amanda Calloway.
Oh no, I did. I did. No, what do you mean episode? I did. So as a result of that,
yeah, okay.
They heard me do that. You would beware, which had nothing to do with the voice I ended up doing for Slappy. No. But they just asked me, would you be interested in looking at Slappy? I said, sure.
Okay.
So that was like, wasn't very nice of you to dump me in the sewer like that. So I got this thing that I prepared, right?
Yeah.
Which is on my website.
Okay.
So this is Slappy. Okay. So yeah, you go Wolverine's down here. Slappy. Wasn't very nice of you to dump me in the sewer like that. Don't you get it? You can't get rid of me. Don't you remember, Amy? You spoke the words. Karu Mario Dalaloma. You and I are one now. Inseparable. You are my slave. I can make you do anything I want. You have no choice. Your whole family thinks you're crazy. I've seen to that. They'll lock you up. I can hurt you and your family in 100 ways. And that, sir, is Slappy.
Wow. That's Cal, that is something else. Has anyone ever asked you to have a conversation between Logan and Slappy? Like if Logan had to come up and it turns out Slappy's like an evil he's an evil marionette mutant, and Logan has to kind of like, tell him to smarten up and all that kind of stuff. Did anyone ever ask you to do that?
No, no. No.
Well, one person is right now.
So say it again, Ryan.
This guy.
Again, I thought.
Let's have a conversation between Slappy and Logan right now. Logan says, stop being evil and join the X-Men or something. And Slappy would be like, no, being evil is fun. I don't know. My improv skills on the spot are a little crap considering this is yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, just so that it might be something like, and who might you be? Yeah, right. You're asking me who I be? Well, bub, I'll tell you who I am. Before you want to look at these, they're adamantium claws, pal. And they can melt hot butter like a knife, butter through a knife. You got it? You got that? That doesn't scare me. I don't want to be no X-Men. I am Slappy. I'm scarier than you anyway. You can say that again, pal. You scare the hell out of me.
I hope all you heard that, okay? Only on You, Me, and YTV will we get pals like Cal Dodd returning to the show and have this fun with everybody. Cal, the reason why...
wait a minute, Ryan. Ryan, I forget. This is live?
This is very live right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot all about that. I thought you could edit and do stuff with this.
Oh, no, I can't.
Funny.
I can and will. I mean, we'll take the audio track and we'll...
Well, not that you have to.
No, we'll put this
I didn't say anything. I was good. I think I was good, wasn't I, Ryan? I mean, I didn't say anything bad.
No, usually you and I swear
But it's
like
early, bub. It's early.
usually you and
It's
I
early, bub.
usually you and I swear like sailors. So I think
Oh, I know.
we've both been pretty
I know.
good.
You gave yourself away the last.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Oh yeah. Hey Cal.
But you know who's on? I bring her in, but oh God, what's I'm gonna forget her name. Linda Valentine,
Yeah.
who was Sailor Moon.
Oh,
Sailor
yeah.
Moon. Now there's a girl who loves talking like a sailor. No wonder she got the role.
That's
She
hilarious.
is a gem. She is a gem.
Absolutely.
And she's responsible for getting me into doing Comic Cons. She said, "Come on, Cal, you got to do this. It's crazy. Don't be, it's crazy. Go. They love you. They want to see you." And boy, I love them like to death. The fans. I just can't get enough of them.
That's amazing.
But
Cal.
what do you mean? We're finished now?
Hell no. Hell no. Are you kidding?
Oh, I thought you said we were done. I thought you were wrapping it up.
No way. I am just getting started.
Geez.
We have fan questions. The reason why we're here today, I'm selfish.
Oh, yeah.
I you're like my favorite voice actor, so I just needed to get my time in with you. But we also have a crap ton of fan questions that the people want answers to. You up for answering those, Cal?
Certainly am.
Awesome. And I believe I let a swear word slip before, but I couldn't believe that you were the viewer. Beware, you're in for a scare guy. Damn.
Viewer beware. Yeah, you're in for. And you know who I thought when I was doing that, the voice, because I loved Vincent Price.
Oh yeah.
And Vincent Price did a commercial. I don't know if you remember. Oh, he wouldn't. Billy Van was in it, but it was House of Frightenstein on CHCHTV Hamilton. And he played about 16, maybe 11 different characters, Billy Van.
Okay.
He was Griselda the Witch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, and Vincent Price was on the show every now and then.
Really?
And Vincent Price, I always liked his voice. And I would laugh at my buddies growing up because it was a commercial Vincent Price did for Tang. That he came on, I couldn't believe it because Vincent Price went from the scary movies, and he's on camera and he says, "Vincent Price doing a commercial for Tang," like in a really, because he had a really weird voice.
Yeah.
Vincent Price doing a commercial for Tang, and so that's what I thought about. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
That's so funny.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, where we go.
God. That's great.
Yeah.
See, facts, everybody. Wikipedia's got nothing on this guy. Cal Dodd has the facts, and we are learning secrets today. All right. Super fan Amanda, great person. She says, for Cal Dodd, what was it like voicing one of Goosebumps' most iconic creepy characters? And I know you weren't a puppeteer, but that fight scene between you and the dummies in Night of the Living Dummies 3 was so creepy and well done. She also heard... Oh, sorry, what?
Between the fight scene between what?
Oh, you and the dummies in the attic in part 3. Very cool episode. But I know she's saying she knows you weren't a puppeteer and stuff like that, but she was just commenting that was awesome.
Good.
Okay, she says she heard that, basically, I'll paraphrase her words. Basically, she heard in Goosebumps season 1 or 2, I believe, the first episode you see Slappy is called Night of the Living Dummy 2. Did you record a Goosebump episode that didn't make the air because it was too scary? Hence, Night of the Living Dummy 1.
Did I record a version that was never aired because it was too scary?
Yeah, like, did you record like a episode that was supposed to take place before the one that went on the air?
I wouldn't know. I don't know. I just they would pay me, and I would leave. And
I figured as much.
And by the way, the Living Dummies. So, oh no, the Living Dummies. They might have, but they would just tell. When I got to the next session, they would say, "Okay." I said, "Why are we doing this again? We sort of did this," and they would just say, "Well, we've had to replace some lines because it was too scary or something like that." So I said, "Oh, okay, whatever, fine." And they might have done that, Ryan.
Yeah,
they might have done that. But I thought you were talking about the dummies, living dummies. When I say dummies, I thought of the lawn gnomes.
Oh, okay.
I also did all the voices of the lawn gnomes, which was just like this, like running around like lawn gnomes. But someone had to do the voices, for the shoot and stuff, the show.
My
So
goodness.
I was all the lawn gnomes and everything, whatever.
No, not whatever, Cal. This is cool. We are just Wolverine is just scratching on the surface of the information of his connection to Goosebumps here, because that is super cool. Because Goosebumps was a
Yeah.
really important show to a lot of our viewers and stuff like that. And
I know. And
yeah, you're saying?
no, and it's phenomenal. It's worldwide. I couldn't get over how far that show, the audience it reached, like in UK, and it just blows my mind.
Well, those books were super famous too. And we interviewed last week, we interviewed Tim Jacobus, who painted all those original Goosebump books, and they're just so beautiful. There's so much talent in the world, and it's amazing when
no
it all
kidding.
comes. It's amazing how it all comes together. It's like the X-Men
know.
cast, you know. I wouldn't trade a single member of that cast. Like, all you guys together made yourselves the Beatles of superhero animation. Like,
Yeah. And it was just as you've talked to Julia and Eric, and it was like they say themselves, and these are like the people that started this whole thing and got it on air and stuff. Is that they just said it just felt like everything, having to come to Canada to do the voice, everything just fell into place, and everyone looks like their character, that they are voicing, and it's so true. Specifically with Beast, like George Buza is, it's like amazing how much he looks like his character. He was a big biker guy.
Oh, he's very big. And
yeah, and I look, I have, well, that picture you have, like, that picture you're going to do for me or whatever. At the left side of the picture, I've got the Wolverine the hair that flips up.
Oh, I got that photo. I got that photo as we talk about this. We're gonna see Cal Dodd look like a good old.
And I had that picture was also, they said, you look in this picture like a cross between Jim Morrison and Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that those three people, Jim Morrison, Elvis Presley, and Wolverine, are the same. It's the same look.
It's the equivalent.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a very same look. I don't know what it is. It's cool. Yeah, cool. I don't know.
There's something going on in there when you look at those eyes, Cal. You're like, you're a well, not a beast. Hank McCoy was a beast, but you're definitely I don't know, some sort of wild primitive man. Okay.
Yeah, but it's true. Everyone, including Jubilee, Allison Court, everyone that played whatever role they played, they looked like their characters, and it was unreal.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it was crazy. And so that's just another little thing. But that's what Eric thought too. Eric and Julia said, "Oh my God, it's amazing! Everyone looks like the character they voiced."
Incredible.
Anyway.
All right. So Shamar has a question for you. Said, Cal, I loved your work in X-Men, the animated series. Your voice as Wolverine is iconic, right up there with Kevin Conroy as Batman. I especially loved how you were able to give an edge to Logan in the series and delivering some of his best sarcastic lines ever in the heat of battle. Now, Shamar tells me that he loves your line, you egg-sucking gutter trash.
Yeah, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash.
Was that written down or was that an improv? Like it, because it sounds.
Oh no, that wasn't an improv.
Oh no. Okay.
No, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash. I just loved that when I heard it though. It's like, okay.
It's a clever way of not swearing. That's for sure.
Oh, big, huge time.
Yeah.
It's like, boy, they're really trying not to swear here. Yeah, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash.
Amazing, dude.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And of course, as I told him, and I said, done many interviews and stuff. It's like I grew up in a small town that was really tough. It's a fisherman's town, and it's you had to fight to get through. We were like a minority we came from Ireland in a small town. I'm talking 3,500 people on Lake Erie, but yet the biggest lake water fresh fishing fleet in the world was in Port Dover.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a tough town, and I heard half of the lines that you gave me, and I'm sure I added a couple of my own. Like, anytime, pretty boy.
Nice.
I'd love anytime, pretty boy. And that's the other one that was in the first episode. And I said, holy crap, look at these. I said, Don, listen to these lines. Like, I go where I want to go. And he actually didn't say it once. He said it 2 or 3 times in the first episode, that particular line. And like, I tell Cyclops I made him a convertible. And the one that I just, oh yeah. So anytime pretty boy. It's like a classic line.
Absolutely classics. Yeah.
Anytime pretty boy. And I forget that. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. What were you saying?
No, I forget. I thought the scenario for Anytime Pretty Boy was Cyclops, of course. You know, teacher. Oh yeah, what's the matter? Teacher's pet got cold feet. I love that too. When he didn't know how to run the jet or whatever the heck they were doing.
Yeah.
And Cyclops just looked at him, gave him a look, and he said, "Anytime, pretty boy." Just great line.
Awesome lines. And and I'm sure Cyclops, as much as he was annoyed that Wolverine wasn't following orders, he was like, hey.
Never.
He
hated orders.
He thinks I'm pretty. That's what I would think about Cyclops. I'd be like, oh, you Logan, thanks for noticing my hair. All right.
I can't let you go.
Blair Farrell has a really cool question that I have never asked you. He said, just to make sure, because he asked in our okay, he's asking you, what was it like recording lines for the X-Men and Marvel fighting games? How many hours in the booth? And did how long did it take to record Berserker Barrage? Oh, lines like Berserker Barrage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. I didn't play the fighting games. I watched the cartoons, but how long did it take to record a video game like that, Cal?
It was the oddest work I've ever done. And you're trying to figure out this game. Well, you're not trying to figure out. You're just doing the voice of Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out, well, how does this game work? Well, they can take different angles. They can take different ways to go. They can go this route and go that route. And then Wolverine says these lines. But if they take this route in the game, then he has these lines to say, and all over. So okay, Berserker Barrage. Like I just use his voice, and it was like okay, and like. Some person phoned me up the other day and wanted, but no, I think it was for your, whether it was on, listen to your show or whatever, and wanted me to say snicked bub. And snicked is just the sound of the claws coming out, snicked. I can't remember ever saying snicked bub. How would Wolverine ever see? He doesn't need to see that. There's a sound effect for that or something. But I don't know. Maybe there was one in the games like snicked bub. which is the way I would have said it, but I don't know. Those games were just so monotonous. As you see, and if you watch if you're playing the game, it's like boink boing boing boing, Berserker Barrage. I don't, it was intensive and probably about I think 4 hours.
Whoa! 4 hours? That's it?
Oh yeah. That's it? You're saying? That's a long time using your voice like that.
I guess so. But I just hear these games taking weeks sometimes. But 4 hours?
Oh shit! No.
Okay, so
no, never more than in the same day. I'm just there one day doing this.
Okay.
And that's including the one that I just said I turned them down. I said I can't do this. There's 85 pages of dialogue here. Of like stuff, and the client was in China or Japan or something.
Okay.
I can't remember. And I waited for, I said, I this is ridiculous for the amount of money you're paying me. I can't do this. What's the matter? Wolverine seemed upset. I said, well, not really. Yes, he is. Because I wasn't told how long this was going to take and how many lines were involved in this.
Okay.
So I thought you guys talk it over and get back to me. So they did, and they said, you can go. I said, you don't have to ask me twice.
And what game was
Goodbye.
that? What game was that you you said no
I
to?
can't remember, nor would if I could, I wouldn't tell you.
Okay.
But I can't remember.
All right. Now I'm curious.
No.
I have a feeling.
And someone else came in and replaced me.
Okay.
And I watched him coming in the doors, and I just went, where are you going? Tell me, I said, why would you do that?
Okay.
This is my gig, and you're doing this for the money that they're offering. Why would you do that? Anyway, we had a long talk with a bunch of other voiceover people, and cut his grass about, take the GR off grass in about 2 weeks later when we all saw him. So you don't do that. This solidarity between actor members, pal.
Wow. You're hearing it today, folks. This is the tea has been spilled. All right. Jared Feldstein.
I love you, buddy.
You too, pal. Jared Feldstein is asking question for Wolverine. Last time you were on the show, you mentioned that you didn't know much about the X-Men before you got the role. Do you follow? Right. Do you know more about the X-Men now?
Well, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. What? 5 years of playing Wolverine. Do I know more about the X-Men now? Yeah. I would say that would be a yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
Did you ever read?
Big time.
Sorry. Did you ever read the comic books or anything like that? Deep dive back into that stuff?
No.
Okay.
No. Didn't know. Like on the audition, I had no idea what we were going in for. The only one that did, according to him, initially he started off saying he didn't know, but all of a sudden, Beast, said he had a comic book back in the day, whatever, of the X-Men and stuff.
Okay.
But we didn't know. It was, and oddly enough, it was called, for us when we were auditioning, because it was a secret, it was called Project X. Project X. Get it? Project X. And it's like the X-Men.
At least it wasn't Project Triple X. Like that would have been like, I don't know if I should be here.
Oh, no. You want to hear Wolverine in that episode.
Yeah. All right. So it just popped in my mind that we did not cover this last time, but you met Hugh Jackman before he started in the X-Men franchise, right? And the first thing you thought is, this guy's like too tall.
I met Hugh Jack. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go again.
Tell everybody about how you met Hugh Jackman before. Yeah.
Before he filmed the very first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2000, the year 2000, and our series ended in 97, as you know. And the only reference for Wolverine, voice wise, was me. Period. There was no one. There was me. It was my voice for Wolverine. So he was told to study the series, watch the series. They gave the 5 years. And listen to the voice of Wolverine, because this is what the fans, this is the voice they want and that they hear and that they like and that they're familiar with. So he did, which, he's an actor. He's about to play like the definitive role of Wolverine.
Yeah. In
the first movie ever. Like, what kind of a challenge is that? Hello. And he's a giant. Again, we go back to Australia. So he's an Australian, Mike. So they have a big thing in Toronto, and I'm the original voice of Wolverine, so I'm there, and the rest of the cast members are there, and here he comes in, Hugh, who's Wolverine, and he walks up, and we're introduced. He says, "Hugh, this is Hugh Jackman. He's going to play you, Wolverine, in the movie." I said, "Pleasure to meet you, Hugh." And he looked at me and he said, "It's great to meet you, mate, but I got to tell you, I'm sick and tired of listening to your voice." "I'm sick and tired of listening to your voice, mate." And I said, "Well, good. Just don't F it up." Yeah, well, you know what I said. Just don't mess it up. Take care of him. And he said, "Don't worry about it. I'll try. I'll give it my best." That, yeah, don't mess with him. To my response was just like, good luck, all the best, but be honest to him.
So how did you think he did?
Well, I wouldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I've watched it, the first movie, for about, as soon as I saw him and the thing, because I'm going, oh no, I loved him. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But when I first watched it, I went, Wolverine's not 6'3". like that. He's like 5'3", 5'2", 3", whatever.
Yeah.
But I just thought he was great. But anyway, I looked at it. And I'm waiting to hear like, so what's your problem, bub? But I don't hear that. But he was told to like get as close as he could to that, or like keep it down, his voice in that stuff. And so I just tried the movie. I just left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's
well, it's my guy, and 5 years of being Wolverine, and then I'm watching it in real life stuff. It's like, wow.
That's...
Yeah, but I must say, recently I watched it about 5 months ago, and I forced myself to watch the whole movie, and but things were different in it and stuff.
Okay.
But I loved him.
Yeah.
I loved him in it. And then I found out on the last Comic-Con I did, said, oh, and I saw he was doing a one-man show. Oddly enough, singing and dancing. The Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, his one-man show. He like singing, whatever.
Yeah.
He's doing singing, and he chose every night of the show. He took 1 to 2 minutes and just talked about, because they wanted to. The fans were run up to the stage and wanted to, grabbing his. Giving them their claws because he's signed, and he would shout out and give a shout out. I've got to give a shout out to the original Wolverine, Dodd, and he did that in every show, which made my day when I heard that.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, and then what I would love to see happen, and the big band that I sing with sometimes said, "Oh, we got to do this. Get Hugh to come in here." Said, "You think you're a singer? Come here, Hugh. Come with me. We're gonna do a big band thing.
Okay,
you and me." The two Wolverines singing. There. Now somebody from LA phoned me and said, this is kind of hush stuff too, but not really.
We're live. We're live, Cal. Are you sure you want to say all this?
No. No, and this goes back a year. We've got this really weird thing we like to do, and it's in a movie that we're shooting, and Hugh's going to be in it. He's the big star of the movie.
Yeah.
But we'd like you, me being me, to be like do a really small part of the movie. That you be the bartender. So just so that for people to put in the footnotes stuff like. By the way, an interesting fact in this movie, the two Wolverines, the original Wolverine, Dodd, is the bartender, and Hugh Jackman walks up and orders a beer from me or a drink, whatever. And I said, and I would be walking up and saying, "Will that be, pal?" And he says, whatever, in his Wolverine voice, I don't know, I'll have this. What do you suggest? I suggest these. And I could just see pulling out the claws. I suggest these. Well, anyway. But they thought it'd be very funny to have the two Wolverines in the same movie, and it just as a little thing.
Yeah.
So and that still may happen. So that'd be kind of cool.
That would be very cool. That's really great. That's really great that he has a lot of respect for people that came before, and I mean, a few people have voiced Wolverine, but they have nothing but respect for you. I know that Steve Bloom definitely he has a lot of respect for you. Actually, right before we answer more of these fan questions, can you just tell everybody how you met Steve Bloom, because he's such a lovely guy.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
And I had well, of course, never met him, so I'm on probably my third Comic-Con, and he's about 8 tables away from me, down like 10 whatever. We're not even close. And I've got my Wolverine, the X-Men jacket on. It says X-Men on the front, Logan on the left side, and the back is like a huge picture of Wolverine with like Fox Network, Saban Entertainment, and all the people responsible for putting the show on the air. And it's a very cool jacket, and the leather is yellow and the black, of course.
Okay.
Wolverine colors. And so I walk. I said, "Where's Steve Bloom?" Typical Wolverine was like, "Where is he? I want to see him," because he did it for 2 years or something in LA after me, and I'm sure he's told, like, "Here, do it like this guy." Anyway, so I walk up, I see him, and I'm walking up to his desk, and I got the jacket on his stuff, and he spots me, and I'm about maybe 12 feet away from him.
Okay.
And he takes his hands, put them out in front of him, and starts bowing down.
Aww.
Oh no, it was so cool, Ryan. And he started bowing down. I said, "Stop it. What are you doing, bub?" And he said, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." And, we shook hands. Then we had our picture taken. And he said, boy, he said, and seriously, and he said, you set a very high bar, pal. And I said, well, thank you.
Aww.
You did a good job.
That's absolutely
It was so
beautiful.
cool. Yeah.
That's so great. We got a whole bunch of action on YouTube. I'm just going to say, okay, a YouTube page called Non-Person Human is okay. Elizabeth on YouTube is asking if Wolverine could wish her happy birthday.
What's her name?
Elizabeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I call her Liz? No. So what does she want me to wish her a happy birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. You ready, Elizabeth? Brace yourself, Elizabeth. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. And many more, darling. Keep on keeping on. By the way, Elizabeth, have you washed your hands lately? Go wash them. Okay, I love you. Happy birthday, Elizabeth.
Aw, that was lovely, Cal. Thanks a lot.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm just going to add this for Elizabeth, because I'm in my pool area, so I have this natural reverb.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so I'll do this for Elizabeth. Okay, right. Ready?
Sounds good.
Okay, hold on. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I love you. There you go.
Okay. It cut out a little bit, but the intention and heart was there. Cal, we got more fan questions.
Right.
Are you ready for more fan questions?
Just some more. Yeah, sure.
All right, great. All right, more fan questions. My buddy Amanda Caliber, she asked a few, and I'm gonna see if I can get through some of these. Before your iconic Wolverine, there weren't any voice interpretations of the character other than Pride of the X-Men with the funny Australian accent. What inspired you to make the voice more raw, raspy, and gritty? Thank you very much, Amanda.
Amanda?
Yeah, Amanda.
Is that what you said, Amanda?
Yeah, Amanda Caliber asked that. Great question.
Okay, well, it is. And when I walked into the audition, I had no idea. When I walked in audition, I asked them, because they showed me a picture of him with the words that I'm about to read. And, excuse me, I said, so what do you think, what does he sound like to you guys? They said, well, Dan Hennessy said, well, cross between really weird names. Steve McQueen, of course, first of all, right? Steve, what's his name? Go ahead, make my day. Huge. He's 89 now. He's 79. Clint Eastwood was the first one. Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen. I love the reference to Steve McQueen, although he was very quiet. And which is why I liked him for Wolverine. Like, he was very introverted and quiet, but deadly. But Clint Eastwood was in my brain. I'm going like, okay, because we used one of Clint Eastwood's from his movie, in one of our classic Wolverine episodes. Ward Bond, and I went, Ward Bond. All these voices, like, if I heard the voice, I went like, what? Yeah, and so I added, and I said, okay, I didn't know what the heck what was going to come out of my mouth, but as soon as I saw the line, and I added a little bit of Wolfman Jack. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wolfman Jack, but like, he was huge in the 50s and 60s and stuff. Wolfman Jack was like, midnight special, baby. That kind of a baby, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah.
It's Wolfman Jack, baby. And so I put a little bit of that in there, and the line was, and immediately I go back to my hometown, looking at this line and going like, wow, I love this. Because I grew up with this. This is what I hate. Bigger guys picking on littler guys. It's, you like picking on people smaller than you? Well, I'm smaller than you. Pick on me. And the anger came out of me. And it was like, as being a child, being, bullied and shit like that, it's like, yeah, try it now. Because now I was behind Wolverine's facade. and his character. Now, you're not afraid anymore. You're like picking on people smaller than you. You're like pushing people smaller than you. Well, push me. I'm smaller. I just loved him, that word from that moment on.
Oh no, you cut out. Dude, you good? It seems that Magneto has struck again, but we will gain our connection back with Cal Dodd. Cal, you good?
Yeah.
All right, good. Sorry, you totally cut out there. Apocalypse slightly won, but we're back, and this time we'll get our revenge. That's amazing, Cal. Amanda also asked, your work as Wolverine has always had a huge following. Do you have any particular special moments you shared with fans? Oh, we'll see if we can get it back.
What you're saying?
Cal, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Amanda had also asked, sorry, everybody, I'm going to repeat this. Amanda also asked, did you have any special moments with fans at these Comic-Cons that you appear at?
Oh, tons of them.
Well,
no one's like, oh.
I'm not sure where you're sitting, Cal, but the connection keeps cutting out. Is it where you are located?
I'm actually outside.
Okay.
I'll go back underneath the pool cover.
Okay.
Well, here we go again. You hear me now?
Yeah, it is what it is, folks. It's all.
Yeah, I know. But
it's all good. All right. You're sounding good now, though, Cal. I think we're good.
Okay. Well.
All right. So tell us some stories about magical moments you shared with fans.
So with fans at Comic-Cons?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one it is
sorry, Cal, you're cutting out. Unfortunately, we can't hear anything you're saying.
Sudden?
Yeah, no, every time you start speaking, it just cuts out.
Weird.
Yeah.
I probably blew the microphone in my phone when I started singing.
Well, you do have a loud and powerful and beautiful angelic voice.
Yeah.
All right.
Happened a lot when I was working in commercials and shit too.
Yeah. Okay. Signal seems to be okay now, so let's talk about those magical moments with fans besides the one that you're talking to right now.
And who's this? Who am I talking to for this?
Oh, Amanda. She asked a second question.
And that's like memorable moments with fans at Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda. So this one, it was like this father and daughter walked up to the table, and he was dressed in black, like Wolverine from the Nightcrawler episode when they would do a flashback. Oh no, is that no? That's old soldiers, talking soldiers, or old soldiers. Anyway, gosh.
Oh, it's all good.
Huh?
It's all good.
No, I got my episodes. I got my episodes mixed up. Oh no! So this guy, this father and daughter walk up to my table, and he's dressed in black, and he's got Wolverine's claws on.
Okay.
And his daughter's about 11, maybe 11.
Yeah.
11 or 12, and she also has claws, and dressed in black as well. And he stands in front of my table, up to the table, and he says, like Wolverine, I have to thank you for making it possible that I'm here, being able to stand in front of you and talk to you, because I don't think I'd be alive if it wasn't for Wolverine and the X-Men. I went, wow, pardon? And he said, yes. And then he just started as if it was a rehearsed speech. And he went on and on. He said, I'm autistic, and this is my daughter. She's also autistic. And I was picked on and bullied and stuff, and you were my hero. And if I didn't see the show every Saturday on Fox Kids, then I would, well, I never let that happen, because I was so insecure and stuff, and I needed you to build me up because you guys were all different from everyone else, and so was I. And it just, I have to thank you. And it's just, he went on, and I was just like, I'm just like, I'm breaking my heart. It's like, oh my God, this is. There's a woman standing off to the side, and he said, so I needed to come up and thank you so much for saving my life and for being my favorite hero in the world, and thank you for me being able to stand here and for saving my life. And I said, oh, I don't know what to say to you. This is just incredible. And he said, so I just, and I put my hand out, and he took his claws off, one of them, whatever, and stuck his hand out and shook my hand. And I said, God bless you, whatever. And I gave him the pictures, signed the pictures, that just take these. You were just made my day. And he shook my hand. And he immediately turned, he and his daughter, and walked away. And this woman came running back, like a young woman. Like, this guy was only about 20, I don't know, 6, 7. And his wife came running back and in tears and said to me, I can't believe what I just saw. He has never in his life, part of his autism thing, ever touched another human's hand. And he just shook your hand. That's how important it was to him. I just lost it. I just lost it. Gave her a huge hug, and she ran away with him. And that is, I can't beat that moment. It just blew me away.
Yeah.
Like, oh my stars.
Well,
that is my favorite. That's my favorite moment at then on any Comic-Con I've been on with those two people. But there are hundreds of them like that, and it's nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Sorry, just letting that one sink in. I heard that story from you before, but it as a good tale is told, it never gets old. The more you hear it, in fact, you appreciate the little details even more. Yeah. All right, Cal. So I'm going to just double check the live stream because I have not paid attention to it.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people commenting and all that kind of 51 comments. Good golly, Miss Molly. Okay, I gotta make sure that I cater to some of these fans. We've gotten such a great story tangent today with all the you meeting the other Wolverines and stuff like that. That's just fantastic. For those of you who are just joining us on You, Me, and YTV, this is a very seminal episode to me because the voice you're hearing that I'm talking to is of Cal Dodd. Not only my hero Wolverine in cartoons, but one of my heroes in actual real life, considering what a good old Canadian boy you are there, Cal. And
oh yeah,
you're very kind to geese. And you're an amazing singer. For everyone who wants to follow Cal Dodd online, Cal, do you have Instagram yet?
You know, I do. I'm really tired of hearing that because apparently I do. And no, seriously, Ryan, I'm set up for it. But it says whenever I try and get on it, it just Donna is like, being my wife, is like really tired of like telling you've got this, you have to do this and this. And we just talked about that today and got to get on it because, yeah, for sure. I will be. But apparently I am. No, I haven't put anything on there in years.
Okay. Well, you really should, though.
Uh-oh.
You should. You should put stuff on there. I'm sure. I'm sure people will really dig. Oh, you know what? Jared Feldstein is asking to you, what am I like in real life? Jared, that's a stupid question. Jared's one of my best buds, and he's asking a question to be funny. He's asking you what I'm really like in real life. It's like, oh God.
He's asking me what you're like in real life?
Yeah. We haven't had
I wouldn't have a clue.
We haven't had the pleasure of meeting in person yet. We almost did. I was in Toronto for a bachelor party, but Toronto is a big place, and I was on the opposite side for it. And Toronto's
a skunk out.
Yeah. All right.
You're cutting. I'm missing anything you're saying.
Oh, that's all. That's okay. I'm not saying anything of note.
No, Ryan. But I missed all that you just said.
Oh, it's all
but
good.
I was about to say. So what's up with the Montreal Comic Con or whatever? Or they, Quebec, whatever it is. But I'm thinking that Comic Cons are kind of done for the next, at least this year for sure.
Yeah.
Like you know what they did? You know what they did today in Toronto?
What did they do to you?
They canceled, which doesn't happen until the last week of August, September. They canceled the Canadian National Exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
The CNE has been canceled for the first time since World War II.
Wow.
So these are exceptional times we're living in. And so I've already canceled this weekend. We were supposed to be in New Jersey Comic Con. They canceled it, months ago. But so that's not going to happen. Atlanta, everything you got about 10 of them coming up. They're not going to happen. They won't happen. So I don't know what kind of a world, what's going to happen here with the Comic Cons even.
Yeah.
They're going to start doing them on the internet, over the, media. I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's what it looks like. Where that's going.
Yeah. It's a life adjustment for everybody. I mean, everything I used to do in my life required me to be around as many people as humanly possible, whether if it was music or concerts. I mean, you're a music man. You started out in music. It's like, to you and I'm sure we have the same mentality about this. Every time I go to a party and it's packed to the rafters with people, Melissa will be like, oh God, there's so many people. But as a musician who puts on his own shows, I'm like, there's so many people. This is great. That means whoever promoted this did their job. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Sold out. Fantastic. Reached capacity, you said? There's more than 6 people here? Woo! Good day.
Yeah. So it's really sad. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Our whole year is gone. I mean, everything we planned and stuff, and trips at next flight, for Comic Cons all over the States and one in Europe, are over. So it's like, okay, next. Now what?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to figure out how I can do this. Basically, my buddy Gabe, you're our friend Gabe, great guy. He has this really
Gabe. Cool, Gabe. He said he was going to be.
He has this really cool video of him getting your autograph tattooed on his leg, and I'm gonna try my very best to cue it up.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. He sent that to me.
That's so lovely.
I know.
Gabe, I'm going to do my best to cue this up. We have a weird setup today, but had to move some stuff around because when the quality of the call was going down, I was turning off Wi-Fi left and right and all that stuff. But I'm going to do my best to cue this up. In the meantime, Cal, I guess a good question would be like, Wolverine had a healing factor, so coronavirus would mean nothing to him. But at the same time, there was this beautiful episode where there was this plague affecting humanity, and it turns out that the cure for the entire plague was within Wolverine's blood, and as a result, he changed the future. I suppose we all wish that.
The cure was in Wolverine's blood?
Yeah. Yeah, they used Wolverine's healing factor in his blood to administer a cure for the whole world and stuff like that. It's amazing how in these times we fall to, whether if it's not necessarily science fiction, but just even back in the olden times when they used fairy tales to just make themselves feel better and get lost in fantasy. It's incredible that
Brian, you are a romantic. You are a romantic. You just gave yourself away right there.
Oh yeah.
No. I love you to death for that.
Yeah.
It's like, with that's what a great analogy. That's just wonderful.
Yeah. And even if these fairy tales aren't real, it still brings out the best in us.
I know.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We on my walk today, drove to this family we walked by, and usually I'd be singing, you know, and walking by with Don and I, and you know, this is a week and a half, and I would never ever see these people other than in this. What's happening? This whole thing brings out other people, you know, that you would never meet. I never would have met some people that I've met that I'm in the last two months that are in my neighborhood now because they're trying to get out and with their children. I've never seen, first of all, so many fathers because they can't work. So now they're with their children and riding bicycles and walking and pushing the prams and stuff, as opposed to the wife doing that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So sure. I met this. Are you still? You're okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I met this one. We met this wonderful couple with two little. He's about I'm going to say 2, and the other one's about Everly's about I don't know 4. Okay. And they're just cute little kids, and I gave them some Fisher Price stuff that I did. I've done stuff for little children's albums, like called Fisher Price. Whatever, doesn't matter. And I gave them this. They just freaked out. Said, oh my God, this is wonderful. So they can, I'm sure that's going to help them for the next 2 days with the kids. They don't know what to do with their children. It's like, my God, we can't keep them occupied. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Anyway, I'm off topic.
Oh, it's all good. You're off topic, but you're on topic when it comes to the heart. Okay, Gabe, so I found your little video. I found your little video here. Well, not little video. It's a great feat to tattoo someone's likeness, signature on your body or whatever. But let's just take a look at this video as we talk about Gabe, the artist, and all the amazing things Gabe does. He is such a good person. I am so happy to know Gabe. If you want to follow him, he is All Things Comics on Instagram. He is a fantastic dude. And he's going to be doing something very cool. Gabe is a superhero too, and he's spending his time doing multiple things to make sure people, have a better time. He is, he's doing this Wolverine drawing. I believe it's like a comic cover. And I will read his words because I'm not very, very good at this thing. But he said, for his Wolverine drawing, if you could just let people know that he's raffling it to raise money for Library Omnibus, a local Montreal store. Spots are $10 each, and if someone spends $15, they get a spot plus the sign print. If someone spends $25, then they get 2 spots with a large sign print. Well, Gabe, that's just lovely because I'm giving away my secret identity here, but I'm sorry we can't cue the picture up just right now, but if you go to All Things Comics, I'm sure he's going to be showing it. It's amazing what people in the artistic community have really come together, especially the lowery artist types like me, and we just choose to spend each day, instead of wallowing in our tears, we kind of try to put something out. You're the reason that people like still have interest and want to hear and tune in and keep people's hopes up, because you're doing your job, like not your job, but what you love. You're doing it to keep us occupied, to keep our brain off what the hell is actually going on in this world. And you're such a great diversion from that. Gabe is like, Ryan, you're an idiot. Because, by that, you know what I mean. You're an idiot. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. It means you're.
I know. Well, no, but
it means you're very perceptive.
But oh God! But in my hometown where I was born, you would be in Egypt. But because you know where I was born. But anyway, Gabe, like, what a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. For God's sakes, get on that. I would love. Well, he better send me one of those.
Yeah, he better. I believe. Gabe is a great artist, up and coming. He's done some really great stuff. He drew Ottawa Comic Con's poster last year. I'm really proud. I'm really proud of the career he's managed to carve for himself here. Because
no kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
When I met him the first day ever, no, all right, whatever. No shit. If Wolverine's gonna swear, so am I. the first time I ever met Gabe, he was literally dressed like Wolverine on Free Comic Book Day many moons ago. So there you go.
Oh, I love him. I love you too.
Yeah.
But we're done, right?
Well, we are. But I'm glad we had this talk. This has been my favorite part.
But I'm glad we had this talk.
I'm glad we had this talk because this was my favorite part of the whole week. Like, I selfishly like I put on this show, but at the same time, I get to talk to you. I get to.
I know bullshit, but no, you're entertaining so many people. It's like it's like taking their minds off what they don't even want. We don't want to. I don't even want to get up in the morning. It's like I can't even touch my own face. Shut up! I'm touching my face. But no, I know, but not with your foot. Well, my foot. Well, the last time I touched my foot on my face, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, for God's sakes.
All right,
shake it off.
All right, everyone. If you want to hear Cal, everybody, sing some amazing songs. Cal is an incredible singer, and he posts videos every day of him singing these songs. And I am a person that needs auto-tuning and reverb and all this stuff. And Cal is au naturel with this amazing booming voice, singing all kinds of things. Do you take requests, Cal?
Yeah, but sorry, Ryan. So also caldodd.com is my website. Like caldodd, CALDODD, excuse me, .com.
Okay.
And it's like sort of my career in like jingles, commercials. That's like a singing commercial is a jingle. Jingles that I've done, then voiceovers, like the most amazing, well, not most amazing, but one of the, excuse me, my not first voiceover, but one of my favorites that I did for years was for Molson Canadian. It went on for 2 years about hockey. Of course, it's hockey. We're in Canada, but there's an unwritten code in this country. If they by a chance that already got a hockey scar somewhere, you turn down a booty call in the postseason. You warp your stick with using a blowtorch. You use your arm to clear off your windshield. This is our country. This is Canada. You remember that whole series of commercials?
Oh yeah.
For Molson Canadian, our beer. Well, that was me. I did that stuff. But anyway, caldodd.com. It's got the commercials, the jingles, reference for Wolverine, Slappy, other cartoons, voices. Everything's there with the animation as well. And like some singing after that, and whatever. It's just it's a website saying what I do and what I've done.
Caldodd.com, everybody. Now, Cal, before I hang up this phone, I always believe in paying it forward. And recently, last year on the show,
I'm sorry. Why did you ask me about requests?
I got a request. Oh, well, singing wise, I wanted to know if you can rock any Beach Boys, because I heard your falsetto the other day, and it's just as loud and as powerful as your baritone. So I just was wondering, if you do any requests, could you possibly sing some Beach Boys? Not now. Now. I mean, in general, like on the web and stuff like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Nice.
I used to do, if any, Beach Boys, like, because, in commercials and jingles, when you're doing commercials, they imitate, obviously the Beach Boys, Beatles, whatever, Joe Cocker, Tom Jones, whatever.
Yeah.
And so whenever they asked for the Beach Boys, they would hire Ian Thomas and myself to do and because Ian is my hero. Ian Thomas is like huge Canadian artist who is just I can't believe. Well, he's huge. Anyway.
Yeah.
We would when they asked for Beach Boys, they would hire the two of us, and we would do all the vocals.
Okay.
All the vocals, yeah.
So
in my room, ooh, yeah. Since you put me down. Anyway, so what are you asking me?
Okay. The last thing I want to do with you today on this show is I always believe in paying it forward. And when someone is a fan or someone just enjoyed something, I like remembering it. I put it in the tank, and I try to exercise that ability to make another friendly person do something fun that might cheer them up in somewhat of a strange situation like a pandemic. Now, last year on the show, A beautiful, smart, talented actress named Meredith Henderson, who is the star of The Adventures of Shirley Holmes, appeared on the show last year. And she really liked X-Men the animated series. Now she is a grown woman. She was a child actor, but now she is a grown woman. Has red hair. As I believe should have played Jean Grey in an X-Men movie. I think still could. Would Logan give her a little give Meredith a little shout out? That would be lovely. Or this would be funnier. Would Wolverine tell Shirley Holmes that she is an amazing detective? Now that would be YTV.
An amazing detective.
Oh yeah, that would be mind-blending YTV craziness where you take two different worlds and
so Shirley. And she was
Shirley Holmes. She was a
Holmes.
Yeah, like Sherlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shirley Holmes though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm related to the Holmes in Ireland.
Really?
So we might be related. Wouldn't that be odd? Yeah, and they were a singing family from Ireland, my cousins, the Holmes family.
Okay.
But her name's Shirley Holmes.
Well, the character she played is called Shirley Holmes. Yeah. So,
okay. Yeah.
So if Logan, the character you played, says hello to the character she played, that's some crazy synergy, YTV, me the fan, mind blending amazingness. So if you don't mind, we'll finish off today with that.
So
it's all good, Cal. I know what
Shirley Holmes. So Shirley Holmes, you are one great detective. Is that what you're saying? Like that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Detective or
what? Oh yeah, detective. Yeah.
No, that's what. Okay.
Just Logan it up, buddy. Logan it up. Shing shing.
I know what you're thinking, Shirley. Question is, can Wolverine come out of this nonsense by wishing me some sort of a half-hour's good day? Well, Shirley Holmes, you are one ace detective, babe. Over and out.
Amazing, dude. Thank you so much.
There you go.
Awesome. We made YTV history, everybody. The first ever mention of Shirley Holmes by a Marvel Comics character happening on the show right now. Minds are exploding. People are running amok. We're all washing our hands. Things are great. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for calling in, Cal.
Okay, Ryan.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Bye, bud.
All the best.
Bye. Have a good night. All right, everyone. So now that we have wrapped our phone call, it is the most important thing I think I've ever said in a long time. Now, next week, we're recording an interview and we're doing another interview live on Wednesday. I'm going to tell you, just to backtrack, this whole show has come about. It's been 5 years. We started out with Ross Hall. We've interviewed PJ Phil, Tarzan Dan. We've interviewed Cal Dodd and many people in the voice community. I'm going to tell you who our next live interview is next week, and then I'm going to tell you who we're recording. Now, when I say recording, we're going to make a long episode full of clips and all that other stuff, and we're going to be putting a post to ask them questions and stuff like that. So what I'm about to tell you is about two guests. Number one, the first guest I'm interviewing live next Wednesday, if you are familiar with the Samurai Pizza Cats, I am interviewing Sonia Ball, Polyester herself. The first time I can think of a Samurai Pizza Cats related interview ever happening. It is happening live next week, Wednesday. That is going to be amazing. Sonia Ball and the character and the voice actors who played Samurai Pizza Cats. This is an anime series unlike any other because they ignored the script. They just kind of did what they wanted, and as a result, it was so funny and so strange and so special. And I didn't realize it was recorded by Montreal voice actors, but it was. And after some back and forth. We are finally making it happen next Wednesday live at 6 o'clock. So be there. Now, something amazing happened yesterday. And let me tell you, this person I have wanted on this show for many years, but I did not have the stones to approach. And like all other YTV people, apparently, when you ask, sometimes the greatness that you saw and the friendliness that you saw on television turns out that that's who they are. Now, I am thrilled to tell all of you right now that our next guest to have a real episode, like a long form part 1, possibly part 2 with clips and images and all that other stuff. Not live, but we will definitely submit your questions here. My guest is going to be PJ Katie of PJ Katie's Farm. I have wanted to say those words for so many years, and I am absolutely thrilled that we're going to be talking to PJ Katie of Katie's Farm. If there was a Mount Rushmore of YTV personalities, she would be right up there. It is insane. It is surreal, and was even been chatting in the last 2 days. I'm getting she is just wonderful. I haven't even met her yet, and I'm already convinced that she's like one of the nicest people I've ever met. So that is phenomenal, I will say. I am so glad that you all watch this show and share in these moments. This is just great. And you know what? It's called You, Me, and YTV. It is you, me, and YTV. We're just a bunch of fans. We're all in this together. We're all experiencing this together. This is amazing. Thank you so much for watching the show today. Thank you so much for my friend Cal Dodd, and make sure you check out All Things Comics on Instagram to find out more about this bid for Gabe's drawing he's doing to raise money for Library Omnibus. Library Omnibus, it is a store like all the other stores. They just need, the comic industry, people have been a little flaky with their downloads and their websites. It's like, let's just all remember like where all this comes from, MCU movies, DC movies, it all came from the book. Let's keep those books alive. Let's keep those stores alive. Let's do what we can, because we're just a bunch of weirdos trying to make it in this crazy world. And I think we'll make it after all. All right. Have yourselves a great night, everyone. Let's see you next week. Samurai.